Thank you, tunaweza keti. The Secretary General NATS, the entire leadership of NATS, teachers, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. I think I came in just at the right time. I am very pleased to be here with you today. I received the invitation from the Executive Secretary, Bwana Geoffrey, and I didn't even respond. But I told myself I am not sending anybody here. Today I knew I was going to be home. So I came this morning and I said I'm going for one function. My next function, I want to be present in person in this event. Because it is important. I value education, and therefore I value teachers. My name is MERY, and the MP Teso South, and the Vice Chair Budget and Appropriations Committee. I'm also a member of the Appointments Committee. You saw me during the appointments interviews, and I'm also a member of the Sports and Culture Committee. I happen to be I am among the very lucky few who are in key committees in the National Assembly. And actually, when I Secretary General, Mr. Wu, I am a daughter of a teacher. So I was molded up by a teacher. And I heard you speak about transfers. My father, whenever he was moved from one school to the other, he moved with all his children. So when we moved from Atlanta to Mokamosi, it is a school on top of the hills. We had to move. And we'd walk every day to Mokamosi and back. Sometimes we can run for lunch and run back. So I understand sometimes what teachers have got to go through. But I want to say, I recognize your efforts. The tireless efforts that teachers put in towards nurturing the minds of the future generations. If you had not nurtured us, probably today I would not be standing here and speaking to you. So teachers, you are a very crucial and critical pillar in the society. And I also want to dare say that you are leaders. I'm here because we have something in common. We are all leaders to this society. So when such an event happens, I think it's a very good forum for us to discuss about issues of teacher welfare, issues that affect us. Because we cannot talk about performance when we are not addressing the challenges teachers are facing. Yeah, because a teacher that is not comfortable, is not happy, is not motivated, cannot be able to deliver effectively for the child. So I came in when the Secretary General was speaking about issues around employment. And I think employment is our biggest challenge right now. We have so many teachers that have graduated. Some of them, me, I receive messages every day. There is a teacher reaching out to me on WhatsApp, on text message. And I don't know where this, like now, there's the issue of replacement. Almost every teacher said, Mheshimiwa, akinisaidie. Saidie tu barua moja. There is replacement going on. In fact, I've asked most of them, is there any adverts? How are they replacing? Because honestly, I don't know. I normally know when we are employing the massive employment, like when we employed the 56,000. When that one happens, I know, because we have budgeted. For government to employ, we must budget, but for replacement can happen without our knowledge. Because they're just replacing a teacher probably who has passed on, or they're replacing a teacher who has been retired for one reason or the other. So the budget for that particular teacher is already there. But of late, I'm receiving a lot of those concerns that shows that it is a problem. Kuna walimu hapa waligraduate 6 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. Na mwalimu hajawahi andikwa kazi. And that is why, for those from Teso South, in the last recruitment, I stood my ground. And I said, in every constituency, employment is going on. In every constituency across Kenya, slots have been allocated. So I stood ground and I said, kila watu waandikwe kwao. Wachukue zile nafasi zao. And we stood our ground. When I got to Nairobi, the next morning, my compound was full with CID. And they arrested me. And I told them, no, I wasn't inciting. I did not say I do not want any other teacher with a name that doesn't sound Teso not to be employed. No. I say, watoto wa Teso Kusini waandikwe kazi. So kama wewe ni wa Teso Kusini, your last name doesn't matter to me. Your ID will show wewe ni wa Teso Kusini. Or the fact that you reside there, the chief knows. You come with a letter, I know you were in wa Teso Kusini. If you are married from elsewhere, give me a marriage certificate or an affidavit or a chief's letter, and your wife will be employed. So it is a challenge. And in the last budget that collapsed, we had provided for absorption of all interns into permanent and pensionable terms. We had also provided for employment of additional 20,000 teachers to intern, to take those slots that were previously occupied by the interns. But we all know what happened. The finance bill collapsed. But when it collapsed, we went back and we sat down and we looked at the books. We reinstated the absorption of interns to permanent. That I can assure you, they will all be absorbed into permanent and pensionable. But new recruitment this year, I don't want to lie to you teachers, it is not there. We are planning to put the figures in the next budget. So next year we will employ teachers. But this year we will not be employing you. We are absorbing the terms into permanent and pensionable terms. And I also want to touch on other issues on transfer, because I still also get requests from my teachers. I've gotten requests from teachers from this area that are teaching in Mombasa, others teaching in Bungoma, and many other places. Many times I've called the office of the TSC director, even regional TSC director. And this is what I want the union to address, because you are better placed to address this. It is not the job of the teacher to look for a replacement. Because more often than not, I'm told, that teacher has got to find a replacement with a similar subject combination that is willing to go to that other place where he wants to be or she wants to be. Is that the work of the teacher or should be the work of the TSC? That should be the work of TSC. They have a whole commission. They have so many other applications across the country, people seeking transfer here and there. So they have to match. Because you cannot, and some of them you listen to the story, some it is on medical grounds, some it is family issues, you have elderly parents, you are the only one left when unatakana ushughulikie hawa wazazi. Umeomba transfer. They are being denied transfer. Right now I'm dealing with a case where a teacher has been requesting for transfer from Bungoma back to Busia for the last 1 year. I called TSC director regional. I have personally tried to pursue. That teacher was not being given transfer. Eventually, she was given an interdiction letter. And when you listen to the reasons behind, I want to leave it as a subject for another day. So I'm following with TSC on the same. So these teachers are going through a lot, especially ladies. Sasa mimi naona naulizwa mambo ingine yenye you can't do. You can't do. You are a married woman, you have a family. You love and respect your husband. Munakuwa victimized. So there are a number of challenges that the teachers go through. So please push that, put it to TSC that it is them to find the replacement, not the teacher. That should not be used as an excuse. Similarly, on issues of promotion, I think we need to push for a structured system where it is automatic once a teacher has served for a certain stipulated period of time as a deputy, he qualifies to be promoted to be a principal. Just like I want to echo again what the Secretary General has said, employment, let it be on first come, first serve. I graduated last year. My sister graduated this year. Let me be the first to be employed before my sister. If that can be strictly adhered to, then we shall be able to achieve fairness in the true meaning of fairness in terms of employment. But as we all know, that is not the case now. When people are employed, you will find somebody who graduated 5 years down the line after you is already been absorbed. Once we have systems and we have laws and we all adhere and observe, then we will achieve this fairness or justice for each and everyone. Again, there is an issue with JSS. Most of the teachers who are employed to teach in the JSS or the JSS program, most of them were trained to teach in secondary schools. They are secondary school teachers. So you find a teacher has been posted to some remote primary school somewhere. Psychologically, that is not what you prepared to do, or that's not the position you have been trained or prepared to take. So these teachers are demotivated. They are demotivated, I want to tell you. Majority of them. There is a need for TSC to review, do an assessment, and give room for transfer from JSS to secondary. So that some of these teachers who wish to move to secondary schools can be moved. And we have others as we continue to employ whom we can post to JSS. Then that way we can have a motivated teacher in class who is going to give us better results. I think that's another observation I've made through my interaction with teachers. Then we also have the issue of retirement benefits. Teachers still have a challenge. You've retired. To get your retirement benefits, you need to go to Nairobi. You need to grease somebody's hands for your file to move from A to B. It is something we must deal with, and as the union, you can help us. Speak about it. With all the energy that I see you speak about issues about teachers. If you have to go for an andamano, do it. Because teachers must get their benefits. I want to tell you, teachers, we allocated money for retirement in the budget committee. So there is no reason why Treasury should not pay retirement benefits. It should be automatic. Once you retire, you get your letter, you fill the required documents, forward them, you get paid your retirement benefit. Also, I'm concerned about the deductions that are being made. Some amorphous organization called Kewata. Is it Kewata or is it called? These ladies, monies are being deducted, is it 200 per month? I think you need to give me info, give me the data. I'm going to do a question in Parliament or a statement. And call the minister to come to the floor of the house and answer questions and tell us why these ladies' monies are being deducted against their will. It should actually be funded if there was no agreement. You know, now Kenya is about public participation. You must accept. If I want to do something, I must engage you and tell you this is what I want to do. I go to a school, I meet the board, I meet parents, and I ask them, what is it you need here? What are your priorities? They tell me, Mheshimiwa, we need a dining hall. That is what I put. They tell me, we want you to renovate the dormitory. That is what I renovate. I don't force a project onto them. I will not have done any justice to that school. So that issue of Keota, I want to take it up next week. I want by Thursday to have submitted a question for the minister to come and respond to. But I need the details. Kindly avail the details to me. I believe you have my number. I don't want to bore you with a lot of stories. I think, like I said earlier, I came here because I value you.